Joining us now for more on this is Jamil Jaffer, founder and executive director of the National Security Institute. Thank you so much for joining us. So, Jamil, as you know, President Trump canceled ceasefire negotiations over the weekend in Islamabad, saying that Iran can call instead. What do you make of that decision?
Well, look, I think it's obviously a negotiating move. It's a power play saying, look, we're not going to show up where you want us to be. You haven't done your part of the ceasefire. We've stopped bombing you. You have not opened the Strait of Hormuz. So when you're ready to talk, come see us. Otherwise, this is not going to go well. We're going to continue to blockade your ports. Your ability to get revenue from oil is going to fail, and you'll just have to suffer the economic consequences of that. So that's sort of the posture the president seems to be in an effort to try and raise the pressure on the Iranians to come back to the table and do a deal that he could get to.
Certainly another setback. Jamil, the Strait of Hormuz is effectively closed. You just mentioned the strait closed with the U.S. blocking Iran's ports for weeks now. Is the blockade actually an effective negotiation tactic?
Well, we'll see. I mean, in part, this was an effort by the president to put pressure back on Iran after they failed to meet the basic conditions of the original ceasefire. Remember, the ceasefire deal, Stephanie, was we'll stop bombing you. You open the Strait of Hormuz. They didn't do that. They were saying you've got to check in with the Iranian fleet. You've got to pay us $2 million a ship. The U.S. said, OK, we're going to blockade you if you're not going to let ships through. The next step would be for the U.S. to escort shipping through the straits, essentially challenging the Iranian Navy and those Iranian gunboats to try and take a shot at an American warship. We haven't gone there yet. The president seems reticent to do that, but that will be the next way to raise the pressure. Here, the president is saying we're not going to show up for negotiations. That's another tactic to raise the pressure on Iran.
And let's talk about other countries possibly joining in this fight. Allied relations, as you know, remain strained between the U.S. and its European partners. Do you think other countries will eventually join into the fight with Iran?
Well, remember, Stephanie, 20% of the world's oil transits the strait, and a lot of that oil goes to places like Europe. And so Europe needs that strait to be open. It's an international waterway. It's not acceptable for it to be closed, not by Iran and not by anybody. The problem, of course, is Iran has closed it down. They're not letting that oil through. Europeans have indicated that if, in fact, there is a resolution to this, they may very well police the Strait of Hormuz and keep it open going forward, but they're not ready to participate in it right now. And so if it's going to be reopened, it looks like it's either going to be a negotiation or President Trump's going to have to put U.S. military on the line to take those ships through the same way, by the way, that President Reagan did during the 1980s.
All right, we will be watching. Peace talks stalled once again. Jamil, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.